Hey all, how's it going? This is the Slayer here. Thanks for joining me today as I bring you another retro game playthrough. I played Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 in the arcade 2 weeks ago and reached Shao Kahn the final boss, and yesterday I played it again on an arcade 1-up retro arcade machine, and this time I figured out a technique to beat the final boss. I know tons of people have done it before and put up internet guides or YouTube videos, but I never really played this retro game much when it came out in the 90s and was mostly into later Mortal Kombats, and I never really bothered to see other playthroughs much. But I knew the lore and significance of the original games. So after trying them in arcades for fun, I also got the PC version from GOG.com. The purpose of this video is to demonstrate the best possible graphics I could get on Mortal Kombat on the PC using this version from GOG.com. But before I begin, it goes without saying that Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 in the arcade and in general the original trilogy on an arcade machine is way more fun than on the PC. It is designed for arcade tech, arcade-style screens and the higher quality of input recognition in arcade controls, albeit the arcade joystick is harder to use than a PC keyboard. But the relative input recognition on the PC keyboard even at the higher levels frankly speaking sucks big time. In the arcade at each difficulty level, although the AI was tougher, you moved quicker too, and repeating fights in the arcade didn't feel that much of a nuisance, and the beauty of the original Mortal Kombat trilogy, unlike the rest of the Mortal Kombat games, is that they were designed for the arcade spectacle and the community experience. To date, in retro arcade machines and gaming lounges, both gamers and even non-gamers with no idea about the franchise get fascinated with MK and have a great time. It is that good in the arcade that some of them did not even realize that some arcade versions are nearly 30 years old. However, comparatively the PC version feels like a chore, as even with a weaker AI at any difficulty level, be it medium or hard, you do need more reattempts than the arcade given the poor input recognition. Bear in mind, on PC I am used to the keyboard, so maybe with a controller you would get better input recognition than I have got here. And some people do say that these games are meant to be played with controllers, but I never really got into them, as I primarily play Mortal Kombat 4, Mortal Kombat 10 and occasionally 11. I sometimes revisit the iconic Mortal Kombat 9 and do well in it, but I don't like its controls, albeit its visuals have aged well. Mortal Kombat 12-1 has beautiful graphics and input recognition but no soul really. Yet it looks like Shang Tsung stole that one even before they released it. So my point is that all games from Mortal Kombat 4 onwards barring Mortal Kombat 9 run well on the PC even with a keyboard, so which is why I am not used to controllers on the PC. But getting back to it, the purpose here today is to test the graphics on modern PC tech. Also bear in mind that GOG.com had Trilogy, which I don't like, in Mortal Kombat 4 as well as Mortal Kombat 1-3 only and not Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. So this is not the Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, which is the enhanced version of Mortal Kombat 3 with all the missing characters as well as better input recognition and support for my style of play, wherein I start combos by getting in with a jump punch or jump kick and extending that into a combo. But unfortunately this Mortal Kombat 3 is the only official version I could find on the PC. GOG.com also has Trilogy, but that sucks in my view and is not proper Mortal Kombat. Now GOG.com has done their research well, as in with their Mortal Kombat 1-3 pack which run on DOSBox. They include a DOSBox configurator which is based on pop-up menus and lets you select your graphics settings and scale up this game to adapt to modern technology through simple pop-up menus without you having to manually edit configuration files in Notepad. I will demonstrate this configuration tool and how to optimally use it shortly. The PC version, in my view, even when it came out in the 1990s, had poorer graphics compared to its console and arcade ports. But Mortal Kombat 3 and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 had slightly poorer graphics compared to Mortal Kombat 2 overall, in my view, due to the change in sprites and need to adopt the run button. Also, the game relatively struggles to adapt to modern tech without the DOSBox emulator, so it is really good on GOG to include that. I was also really impressed with their research on these games. They also included an N-Glide configurator in their Mortal Kombat 4 pack which helped scale that up to good quality on modern Windows 11 tech. But coming back to this game, these are the best graphics I could get from this official copy of the base Mortal Kombat 3. Using the DOSBox configurator, I selected OpenGL, the default one in the Graphics Mode tab out of Direct Draw, Direct 3D, Source, Overlay, and a couple of OpenGL options. This is the only option that got it recognized as a game by my NVIDIA streaming software. But it looks good as well. You will need to experiment with which graphics mode emulation option and resolution work best to scale this up for you. But some of them were quite poor for me, and I don't think this game is designed to recognize direct 3D cards like Mortal Kombat 4 is. Then in terms of size, I started with 1920 into 1200 version, which is default, and went one or two sizes below that. In this video I chose the 1280 into 768 resolution, but you may choose the higher one. Then the main thing I did which helped me get this game to run at speed and look relatively good, albeit it looks better in the video than it does in person, is to choose the no scaling option. This way, even if you run it on full screen, it may or may not scale to the full screen. Then if it runs well, it is fine. But if is in an awkward position when running on full screen, you press Alt plus Enter, and then it runs in a window on your desktop instead of the full screen, but the window, if you select the proper resolution, should still be big enough. I noticed that this game looks good on the arcade or console but is otherwise meant to be seen on bigger screens. So on the PC you either put it full screen with scaling selected and sit back so it doesn't look blurry, or you use no scaling and after selecting the base resolution press Alt plus Enter to run the game in windowed mode. So that was the best I could configure this game on a modern PC. I am using an Acer Predator Helios Neo 16 laptop with NVIDIA RTX 1660 i6GB graphics, 16GB RAM, and a 13th generation i7 or something. So this was another playthrough of Mortal Kombat 3 on the PC from my side. Looks quite alright honestly, and now not too different from the visual quality of the graphics of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 in the arcade. This looks and runs pretty well even now on a Windows 11 PC for a game that is nearly 30 years old. I guess if you liked this game and played it when it first came out, you might still enjoy this PC port. Albeit unlike for future Mortal Kombats, I would encourage you to play this one on the console, or on an arcade 1UP arcade emulating machine which is found in many retro gaming lounges or can be purchased by you yourself. It is good that we can relive this game, given its impact and significance on the Mortal Kombat franchise and gaming in general at the time. Do enjoy the rest of this playthrough, and for reference my fights with sub-boss Motaro, and the final boss shall begin around the 9 minutes 52 seconds mark. I have only included my successful matches against them, and in between included some tips and commentary in those matches in the form of captions. Do let me know your comments and experience, and if you have a better way of configuring this Mortal Kombat 3 game on the PC. Also, can someone tell me why the select screen stays active only for a few seconds? It is hard to choose your preferred character. Also, although Smoke is visible, he is not selectable. Can someone help me resolve these two questions? If so, please let me know in the comments. That is it from my side. Enjoy the rest of this video, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
Round 1, fight! Wins. Round 2, fight! Liu Kang wins. Round 3, fight! Round 1, fight! three, fight! Wins. Laugh. You never. Round one. Fight! You're still trying to. You're still trying to win. You will never win. Round two, fight! Kang wins. Round three, fight!